Okay, countering deep half. Last week we did a bunch of stuff. Last 2 weeks we've been doing a bunch of stuff in deep half. So today we're going to do the basic counter. Works really well. Everybody does it. The split pass or split counter. Okay, we'll go over that just to get the basics out of the way, and then we'll do some fancier stuff later in the week. Yep. So James is going to put me into that deep half. Bumps, dives in, rolls over. He's got my legs straight. Okay, so here's the deep half. All right, he usually wants to hide this hand. If he's not gable gripping, that's fine. So the basic premise here is I have one knee down and one knee up, okay? And to do the pass, I want to switch it, right? So if he's got his legs straight up, I'll want to push one knee down and peel my knee out and come to here where I can sit back on him, okay? So now I have this knee down and this knee up, and he's carrying my weight. A lot of guys, once they get here, they'll take this arm and they'll either hug your leg or they'll come to your belt, one or the other, okay? And they'll always try to keep this head up because they don't want me to step over, because that's what I want to do, all right? So I'm in this position. One thing you got to watch out for here is if they start coming up to their elbow to drive into me, to knock me back for a sweep. So if I'm here and he still has his arm underneath, not really worried about it. If he starts pulling his arm out and getting up to that elbow, I need to make sure I get this grip and I keep that elbow off the mat, okay? Next thing, I got to watch out for this underhook, all right? I need to have the underhook here, okay? Either a real underhook, or if he's got my leg and I can't get that underhook, I need to have a shallow underhook. I just need to make sure that his arm can't get behind mine, that he can't get an underhook on me, either way, okay? So if we're doing the deep underhook, he's got my belt, I slide in, I grab the small of his back, I just grab the material, and I lift him onto his shoulder as much as I can. That's going to make it easier for me to get my leg over his head, right? If I turn him this way and I could slide my leg over, cool. If not, if he's got his head up and he's keeping me from doing that, I could take this hand and just give him a little head smoosh, put my leg over. And then it's just knee slide through. The side control, yeah. But the key there is switching your knees. That's what shuts down his game and gives you the option or the ability to pass. Well, so it gets me up, okay? If he's already got his knees pointing that way, then it's a real easy switch, all right? And you could even like see right there, right when I popped up, his head was kind of hanging out low before he realized what I was doing. If you're quick about it, you could just pop right into that position, kick the leg over, go for the shallow underhook, come through, right? But if guys have had that pass done on them a couple of times, as soon as they feel you switch your knees, they'll get real active with that head. Gets me up. So I come down here, get my knee to the mat, sit back. He immediately goes there, that's fine. I'm making sure he's not coming up to his elbow, okay? Shallow hook, because he's hugging my leg. It's too hard a lot of times. If I could do it, awesome. But a lot of times when they're hugging your leg, it's too hard. So we're just gonna come here, get our elbow kind of behind their elbow so that he can't underhook me. Head smush, right? Push his head down, bring your leg over your own hand. And then I slide forward out. Scissor leg. The side control. One more. Do you want to see it? Yeah. Who has a decent deep half? So Keith gets me in that deep half. Ooh, okay. So his knees are up. So I push his knee to the mat, get my knee to the mat, all right? If he comes to my leg, I go shallow. If he comes to my belt, I go deep. Either way, I'm making sure he's not getting up on his elbow to push into me. If I could just kick my leg over, cool. If not, if he's keeping his head real active, head smush, step over my own leg, and then we just knee cut through. If your foot gets trapped, you could recruit your other foot to free it, slide down into that gap, and get that good side control. Okay, pretty simple stuff. Any questions? All right, partner up and run it. 1, 2, 3. Oh,